12 years ago, a vicious-tailed beast known as the Ninetales attacked the shinobi village of Konoha. The fourth Hokage saved the village by sealing the beast within an infant boy at the cost of his own life. In the present, Naruto Uzumaki is a prankster who constantly causes trouble throughout Konoha, most recently having placed graffiti all over the Hokage Rock. Much of the village dislikes him, but he enjoys the attention, as he has no parents or friends to fill the void inside him. Despite claiming to be a talented shinobi who would someday become Hokage, Naruto cannot perform basic techniques such as the clone technique.
And look at it. It's pitiful.
When this leaves him unable to graduate from the academy, one of his instructors, Mizuki, tells Naruto that if he could steal the Scroll of Seals and learn one of its secret techniques, he would be allowed to continue the ranks of the ninja and graduate anyway. After successfully stealing the scroll, instructor Iruka Umino finds Naruto, who realizes that Mizuki had tricked him. Mizuki arrives and asks Naruto for the scroll, to which Iruka orders Naruto not to, as Mizuki lied and only wanted the scroll for himself. Mizuki then tells Naruto that he wasn't the one lying, explaining that since the day Naruto was born, the Ninetales that had been sealed inside him is the reason the villagers hate him so much. He explains that Iruka must hate him the most because the Ninetales was the one who killed his parents.
Die, Naruto!
However, Iruka refutes the accusation, saying he does not blame Naruto for the beast's actions and that he, having grown up also craving attention, sympathizes with him. Believing Iruka, Naruto uses his newly mastered shadow clone technique to defeat Mizuki. Amazed by the complicated technique that Naruto has learned, Iruka officially makes Naruto a ninja by giving him his forehead protector. He says that Naruto may one day have the potential to become Hokage. Naruto takes a bizarre photo for his ninja registration form, which leads the third Hokage to order him to retake it. However, Naruto refuses and tries to persuade the third with the sexy technique,
Pretty please, Lord Hokage,
which gives him a nosebleed as he acknowledges the deviousness of the technique. Suddenly, the third's grandson charges into the room, wishing to challenge him for the title of Hokage, but slips and falls. Konohamaru tries to claim that Naruto made him trip, angering Naruto. Konohamaru chastises Naruto, believing that since he's the third Hokage's grandson, Naruto wouldn't harm him. However, Naruto replies that he doesn't care and punches the boy. While walking through Konoha, Naruto is followed by Konohamaru, who tries to avoid being spotted. However, Naruto realizes this and sees through Konohamaru's disguises. Impressed by this, Konohamaru orders Naruto to train him. While seeming uninterested at first, after Konohamaru refers to Naruto as boss, he accepts. Elsewhere, on the rooftop of the Hokage's office, the third is seen looking up at the fourth Hokage's monument. After Iruka appears and explains how Naruto believes that becoming a genin will change things, the third explains that people don't change easily. The third goes on to say that due to Naruto containing the nine-tailed fox within himself, people fear that Naruto will, one day, become the beast. Ebisu finally finds Konohamaru and Naruto. After announcing that he is learning how to beat his grandfather in order to become Hokage, Konohamaru performs the sexy technique. Worried that Konohamaru is becoming a delinquent due to Naruto, Ebisu tries to pull Konohamaru away with him. However, Naruto tries to stop him by using the shadow clone technique to battle Ebisu. As Ebisu prepares himself, he is surprised when Naruto and his clones use the sexy technique, causing a nosebleed waterfall and knocking him out. Naruto then tells Konohamaru that there is no shortcut to becoming the Hokage, exclaiming that they would be rivals and that they would fight one day for the title. All of the genin arrive at the academy for their orientation. Sakura spots Sasuke sitting down and runs over to him, knocking down Naruto in the process, and asks if she could sit next to him. Ino comes over and states that she should be the one to sit next to Sasuke. Upset over the attention Sasuke is getting from the girls, Naruto gets on top of the desk and glares at Sasuke, with the latter returning the favor. Suddenly, another student accidentally bumps into Naruto, causing him to fall forward and kiss Sasuke, much to the girls' dismay as they pummel Naruto for stealing Sasuke's first kiss. Iruka arrives and explains the next step that the genin will take, explaining that they will be in a team of 3 led by a jonin. He then announces that Naruto, Sakura, and Sasuke will be Team 7, Hinata, Kiba, and Shino will be Team 8, and Ino, Shikamaru, and Choji will be Team 10. During lunchtime, Sakura tries to find Sasuke to ask him to have lunch with her, but to no avail. She then runs into Naruto, who asks her to have lunch with him, but Sakura coldly dismisses him. Angered yet again, Naruto ambushes Sasuke through an open window. Sasuke overpowers Naruto, but he only defeated a substitution before the real Naruto overpowers him with the shadow clone technique. Naruto then transforms into Sasuke and heads out to find Sakura. When he finds her, he asks her what she thought of Naruto. She replies by saying that Naruto is really annoying. Sakura then leans in to kiss Sasuke, but Naruto feels diarrhea coming, and is forced to go to the bathroom. When the real Sasuke manages to escape, he runs into Sakura and asks if she's seen Naruto. Brushing off what he asked, she proceeds to mock Naruto, saying that he had no parents to teach him how to behave and calling him a loner. Sasuke, who understands how it feels to be alone, tells her off and calls her annoying. After Naruto finishes using the bathroom, he runs into Sasuke, much to his surprise. Naruto uses the shadow clone technique in an attempt to attack Sasuke, but feels the diarrhea coming out once again. After finishing, he spots Sakura, who is strangely being nice to him. This leads him to believe that it was Sasuke transformed as her, and is prepared to face him, until he has to use the bathroom yet again. At Naruto's house, the third Hokage briefs Kakashi on the team he will be leading, Team 7. Kakashi examines a carton of milk and states that it's been expired for a long time. Inside a classroom at the academy, Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura wait for their Jonin sensei to arrive. Since Kakashi is running late, Naruto decides to pull a prank on their sensei. Sasuke points out that an elite ninja will never fall for something like that, but to his surprise, he does, amusing Naruto and Sakura as well. Kakashi has the team introduce themselves. Naruto says that he wants to be Hokage one day. Sakura merely blushes and glances at Sasuke, and Sasuke declares that his goal is to kill a certain someone. Kakashi then tells them that they will undergo a survival test tomorrow morning, a test that none of his former students were able to pass. At 5 a.m. the next day, Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura arrive at the designated area as instructed. Kakashi tells them that they will have to retrieve a bell from him by noon, and since there are only two, one of them will not only fail but will be tied to a tree post. Once the test begins, the three of them go off and hide. Naruto doesn't hide for too long as he makes his presence known and charges at him. Kakashi nonchalantly takes out a book and evades all of Naruto's attacks, before appearing behind him and using the 1000 years of death to send him flying into the water. Naruto returns and uses the shadow clone technique to cleverly distract Kakashi as he had another clone to sneak up behind him. To Naruto's surprise, as he prepares to punch the restrained Kakashi, Kakashi confuses Naruto, having him think he turned himself into Naruto's clone. This causes the clones to attack one another, but in actuality, Kakashi used the body flicker technique to switch one of Naruto's clones with himself. After Naruto disperses his clones, he spots a bell on the ground and joyfully picks it up, but it turned out to be a trap as Naruto is hung upside down by a rope attached to a tree. Kakashi appears and lectures him for being an idiot. Sasuke takes this opportunity to attack Kakashi from the trees. Kakashi evades Sasuke's attack with the body replacement technique. After blowing his position, Sasuke moves out to avoid being found by Kakashi. A worried Sakura runs off to find Sasuke, only to be caught by Kakashi's genjutsu, that makes her believe she found an injured Sasuke. This caused her to scream and faint. Once confronted by Kakashi, Sasuke forces Kakashi to stop reading his book, and use both hands to defend against his string of taijutsu attacks. Sasuke then launches a giant fireball at Kakashi. Kakashi manages to avoid it by burrowing underground, before dragging Sasuke down, leaving only his head to be seen. Naruto manages to free himself from the tree he was hanging from and spots the food for lunch. Before he can try to snag a bite, Kakashi appears and ties him to a tree post. Elsewhere, Sakura wakes up and looks for Sasuke, whom she still believes is very injured. She finds him buried from the neck down and comes to the conclusion that he was decapitated, before fainting again. Sasuke manages to free himself and is there to see Sakura awaken, who is relieved to see he is unharmed. Despite time running out, Sasuke is still set on getting the bell, but before they know it, time is up. Afterwards, Kakashi meets with the three genin, and tells them that he won't be sending them back to the academy. Kakashi goes on to say that they will be dropped from being a ninja permanently. Naruto is outraged at this and asks him why. Kakashi explains that they don't think like ninja, and think more like little kids. Sasuke charges at Kakashi, but is easily restrained. Kakashi further explains that teamwork was the key in retrieving a bell. Kakashi notes that each of them were so self-entitled throughout the challenge. Naruto recklessly tried to face a foe when he's clearly outmatched. Sakura focused all her interest on Sasuke when she was primed to help Naruto, while Sasuke arrogantly believed his teammates weren't worth his time and acted as such. After showing them Konoha's memorial stone, Kakashi decides to give them another chance. Kakashi tells Sasuke and Sakura to eat and replenish their energy. However, since Naruto broke the rules and tried to eat before the test was complete, he is forced to watch. Furthermore, if either of them feed Naruto, they will immediately fail. After Kakashi leaves, Sasuke and Sakura begin eating their food, while Naruto's stomach growls of hunger. Sasuke decides to share his food with Naruto, stating that they need to retrieve the bells as a team and need everyone at good strength. Sakura hesitates, but decides to share her food as well. Kakashi suddenly appears and tells them that they will be punished for not following orders. However, Naruto, Sasuke and Sakura band together to state that they are a team, and to their surprise, are rewarded with Kakashi stating they have passed. He explains that those who break the rules are considered scum, but those who abandon their friends are even worse than scum. He states that they are the only team to have learned this lesson, and that none of his other students ever passed this point. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the next episode. Have a great day.